You're listening to Real Without Religion with James Kiger, a podcast for spiritual seekers, ex-Christians, and anyone who's done with fear-based faith but still believes in something more. We're not here to argue. We're here to awaken. No guilt, no shame, no dogma. Just real talk, real truth, and real freedom. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hey friends, welcome back to Real Without Religion. I'm James Kiger, and I've got a question for you today that might sound simple, but for most of us, it's anything but. Here's the question. What do you really want? And I don't mean what you think you should want or what a pastor may have told you at one time that you should want. Not what your parents had prayed for you. Not what sounds humble or safe. No, I mean you. Right now, the real you. What do you want? Because here's the truth. A lot of us were never given permission to answer that question. If you grew up anything like I did, having desires was suspicious. We were told you need to crucify the flesh, deny yourself, pick up your cross, put others first. And listen, some of that has its place, but a lot of it was just spiritual code for you can't trust yourself, and wanting those things makes you selfish. So we got really good at bearing our desires. Want money? Well, that's greedy. Love of money is the root of all evil. You want success? No, that's pride. That's what brought the devil down. You want love or passion? How about rest or joy? Well, we don't want you to get too comfortable because this world isn't our home anyway. So you see the problem? We spent so much time trying not to want too much that we forgot how to want it all. And what got labeled as selflessness was often just fear dressed up in a Bible verse. So here's the shift. Desire isn't something to fight. It's something to follow. Not every impulse, of course, but the ones that are deep, the soul level desires, the ones that keep whispering, this matters. Now that's not rebellion, that's revelation. And it can be, I want more money. It can be, I want a better job. It can be, I would like to go on an exotic vacation. Desire is a compass. It tells you what lights you up. It shows you where your life is trying to go next. It's not proof of sin, it's proof of life. And the real you knows what it wants. But the problem is, we've been taught just to doubt our voice that we hear, that desire that's deep in our heart. I get it. Wanting can feel scary. This is a new way of thinking. Because once you admit you want something, whether it be love or purpose or money or freedom, it opens the door to disappointment, to vulnerability, to the risk of not getting it. But let's be honest. That fear doesn't just go away because we pretend we're above it. All it does is just keep us stuck. It's like being at a buffet and refusing to eat because you're afraid the food might run out. But what if you stopped waiting for permission? What if you trusted that wanting something doesn't make you ungrateful? It just makes you human. And even better than that, what if having a desire makes you holy? Now, here's a reframe that changed everything for me. Desire isn't the opposite of spirituality. It's the doorway to it. Jesus said, ask and you shall receive. He didn't say ask only if it's humble or if it's only a small thing or if it only fits in your cottage below. He said, ask. And when the psalmist said, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart, He wasn't saying that God's going to pull a trick on you or bribe you. He was saying when you're connected to the source and you flow in that source, desire will flow naturally. And you'll want what is true. You'll long for what is real. You'll long for the true desires of your heart. And there is nothing wrong with having that. So instead of pushing down desire, we can let it rise up. We can let it speak because it's not selfish, it's sacred. Here's where this gets real. What is something that you want? What is something you want but haven't let yourself say out loud? Take a second. Really, just ask yourself, not what you think will sound spiritual, not what's reasonable, not what you think someone else wants for you, but what do you want? Want more freedom? Different career? We all say, oh, yes, of course we want more money, but do you? And do you have a specific amount in mind? Would you like to fall in love again or fall in love with your life? Would you want to create something new or heal something or leave an emotional problem behind? Whatever it is, write it down. Literally. No, when we're done, write it down. Speak it out. Don't judge it. This isn't a wish list. It's a window to what's really in your soul. Desire shows you the life that's waiting for you and the life that's already inside of you. If nobody's ever told you this before, let me say it clearly. You are allowed to want, not just survive, not just serve, not just make it through by the skin of your teeth. You're allowed to want what's good. You're allowed to want what's meaningful. You're allowed to want what makes you come alive. And wanting that, that's not a flaw. That's not your ego talking. That's your soul saying, this way, this is what I truly desire. So this week, I dare you. I dare you to get curious about your desires. To stop apologizing for what calls to you. To let that desire lead you closer to the life that you were meant to live. Because the universe, it's not withholding, it's waiting, and it's already moving in your favor. Thanks again so much for being here with me on Real Without Religion. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and stay real.
Thanks for joining us on Real Without Religion. If this stirred something deep within you, hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who's ready to wake up. You don't have to go back to the box. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to be real and trust what's already inside you. Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and stay real.